We're going to take a look now in our grade 4 course all about time, how to read time, how to write time, how do you interpret different times. Let's go and take a look at how this is done. So the first thing we need to understand over here is whether you remember the concept of what we mean by, for example, quarter past and half past. If we say quarter past when using time or half past, what does that actually mean? Well, a quarter past simply means 15 minutes after the hour, whereas when we say half past, it means 30 minutes after the hour. When the minutes past the hour are more than 30, however, we talk about the minutes before the next hour. So what does that mean? That means that if we've got 45 minutes after 10, what will that mean? That really means it's 15 minutes before 11, or another way of saying 15 minutes before 11 is we say quarter to 11. So let's do this again. 45 minutes after 10. We don't say that. We rather say 15 minutes before the next hour, which is 15 minutes before 11, because we've got 60 minutes in an hour, or we say a quarter to 11. So if you look at your clock, there it's over there, your 11, your small hand's pointing to the 11, and this is pointing to the 45, which means quarter to 11. And another way of saying that is 10:45. Okay, let's carry on a bit. What is the time that you see on these clock faces? Let's have a look here. So first of all, 12:05 means 5 minutes past 12. So that would be the answer there, and you can see it on the clock. You've got 5 minutes past 12. The longer hand is on 1, which is 5, because these all go in 5 minutes. 5 minutes past 12. This one here, we've got 11:44. Now, because the 44 is greater than 30, what we rather say is 16 minutes to 12, because there's still 16 minutes until you get to 12. And you can see here, there's the 12, 16 minutes. It's almost at the 9, which is 45. It's just before. It's at the 44, so it's 16 minutes before 12. Let's go and have a look at the next concept here. We've got to understand the difference between digital clocks and analog clocks. Now, a digital clock is simply a clock that shows time using numbers, whereas an analog clock is a clock face where we've got hands pointing to the numbers to show the time. Now, we all know that there are 24 hours in a day, so your digital clocks will show hours and minutes. So, for example, 23:25 will be in time on a digital clock because we've got 24 hours in a day. That 23 means 11:25. Now, what about analog clocks? Most analog clocks will show 12 hours or half a day. How will we show the time in morning and afternoon? Well, we normally show morning as AM and afternoon as PM. AM refers to ante-meridian. That's the time after midnight but before midday. PM is post-meridian, and that's your time after midday but before midnight. So the 12-hour system can be confusing if you don't know whether we're showing time in AM or PM. So how do we avoid confusion? We use a 24-hour system. That is all times before 12. That is 12 noon or midday, we show them as AM. Any time after noon or midday, we number with 12 onwards, meaning 3 p.m. would be shown as 1500 hours. We take 12, we add 3, that gives you 1500 hours, and that means 3 p.m. So, for example, if you look at this clock, it is 7 o'clock, which is 7 a.m., but if we wanted to show 7 p.m., we would say 1900 hours. You add 12. So 7, anything less than 12 means morning time. But if you want to show 7 but 7 p.m., add 12 to the 7, and that gets you the 1900, and that is 7 p.m. Okay, that's a good revision on the terminology. Let's go and have a look now at different concepts of conversions, like how do you convert minutes and hours and seconds. How many seconds are there in a minute? How many minutes are there in an hour? How many hours are there in a day? Let's go and take a look at all those concepts as well as calendars.